Top spot is again up for grabs as Redmont Rangers take on Peterborough in today's clash. It's episode 46 of the Redmont Rangers Road to Glory career mode here on EAFC 24. Let's get into it.
3, 2, 1, yeah!
So another outing for the 5-2-3 formation in this game against Peterborough, but it's going to be a different 11 to the one that we're used to. So we're going to play Josh Key on the right. Caleb Taylor, Jesse Cartwright and Burke Reeser will again be our centre-backs. Nick Soroya is going to return to the left-back position. We're going to have a midfield duo that we've seen before in Brandon Anderson and Michael Garbutt. Jake Dale up front, Louis Barry on the left, and it's Maya Walter that's going to get the start today. A bench, again, pretty standard for us at this point. Daniel Jefferson, I did consider putting, I want to say Samuel Adam, maybe this guy's name is, on the bench and using him. But I think Daniel Jefferson's just, he's too good, he's too reliable. And Adam will have to continue to wait for his place. Or wait for his opportunity, rather. So we currently sit in third. Portsmouth did win their game in hand, so they return to the top of the league. And for the first time in a while, we drop out of the automatic promotion places. 2 points behind Lincoln and 3 points behind Portsmouth. So 3 really important games here in this episode. Starting with this away fixture against Peterborough. Peterborough are going to line up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Burrows and Fuchs, both key players, but one defensive and one attacking. Like the last episode against QPR, they're going to try and play out on the wings as well, but a much better run of form for Peterborough. 3 wins out of the last 5. So we're going to have to be on top of our game if we do want to come away with the win here. So let's jump straight into it and see what we can do.
Our cameras on one man.
Being the top scorer in the league, it is no surprise to see our cameras are focused on him. But can he add to his tally today? We'll find out soon.
So Jake Dale, top goal scorer in the league now. We saw him joint top at the end of the last episode. But he did score in, or towards the end of the last episode anyway. But he did score a goal or 2 in those games that we quick-simmed as well. So potentially he is the out-and-out top scorer in the league now, rather than joint. So playing from Stevenage, who was alongside Dale as the top scorer in the league. And it's an early free kick for Redmont Rangers here as Josh Key forces the ball against the defender's arm, and we're not going to have Jake Dale taking this free kick. It's going to be Michael Garbutt to put it in. Saw him score with a fantastic header of his own in the last episode, but he's going to try and turn provider here. Headed away well by the Peterborough player. And it's going to be Louis Barry to put the corner in this time. It's a dangerous area. Jesse Cartwright challenges for the header, but he was always the underdog there. It's rare that Jesse Cartwright is the underdog for a challenge in the air, but the Peterborough player just had such good positioning. I was going to say the referee playing advantage there. I was unsure which way he was playing it though. As we see there, 4 goals in the last 3 matches for Jake Dale. He has been on a very good run of form. He's been the top goal scorer in League 2. And if he can finish top goal scorer in League 1 as well, we're going to have a very good chance of gaining promotion one way or another to the Championship. I do really want to secure an automatic promotion place. I don't want to run the risk of getting knocked out in the playoffs again for the 2nd year in a row. So very much looking to finish 1st or 2nd. 1st would obviously be ideal, but we don't have to win the league. I would be more than happy with the 2nd place finish and a guaranteed trip to the championship. Going to need a win here against Peterborough if we do want to make that happen. Lincoln City playing very well. Portsmouth playing very well. Teams around us aren't slipping up at the moment, so we can't afford to slip up ourselves. And although Peterborough have had a decent run of form, we are the better team. We should be winning this game. There's Jesse Cartwright winning the header. That's more like it from him. Maya Walter gets a chance to drive at the Peterborough defence. One of the first games in a while when we played against the team playing 4 at the back, so potentially an opportunity to find a bit more space in behind than we have in recent weeks. Really good start to the game. We've dominated possession. We've been in the Peterborough half and even the Peterborough final third often in this first half so far. Just need to make sure that we make this pressure count by grabbing an early goal here. And at the moment Peterborough are just sitting with 11 players behind the ball and trying their best not to allow that to happen, but Maya Walter's going to try and force the issue. Beats the Peterborough player outside, chips it in towards Louis Barry at the back post, but it's not a threat in the air. Certainly not in the way Eli Just is. Josh Key will try again, this time looking for Jake Dale, and just hooked away by the Peterborough defender. Good defending, you have to say. Good intervention from Brandon Anderson there, though. Wins the ball straight back. And he just tries to squeeze it into Louis Barry. And instead ends up giving it straight back to Peterborough. Josh Key beaten on the outside now by Mason Clark. Did well to force them backwards, though. Amaya Walter trying to win the ball back to Khan. Josh Key puts a foot in, but again, Peterborough pick up the rebound. Intervention from Michael Garbutt there, but again, Peterborough persist. Just can't win the ball back at this time. Another really good challenge from Michael Garbutt. But again, we're just closed out there too quickly by the Peterborough defence. They've done a good job of really slowing the game down now and just kind of neutering that momentum that we'd started the game with. We had a really good opening 15 minutes or so, but in the last 10 they've just done a very good job at keeping the ball, being first to the second ball and making sure they retain possession. They've not done a lot with it, but my instinct is they're not looking to do a lot with it. They're happy enough just to kind of wind the clock down even in these early stages, potentially with the view of just nicking a goal from a set piece or of stealing one late on. Josh Key has done a really poor job there. Just needed to pop the ball back to Caleb Taylor and work it across the back line. And Nick Arroyo with a good overlapping run there. Louis Barry manages to find him. Jake Dale is in space. The ball does fall to him and he does strike, but the goalkeeper had done really well to come out and smother it. Looked for a moment as if the QPR player was going to get his head on the ball, but it just dropped into Jake Dale. The goalkeeper very alert though, just came out and smothered the shot. Peterborough United fans in good voice here, trying to get behind the home side. Big switch of play. It's a really good ball across to the right back. Comes forward with it. Poor pass from him though, and Louis Barry steals it away, and he's got a run on the Peterborough defence, slips it through, and it's straight at the goalkeeper. Mayo Walter really frustrated with himself. And I think Hans Newman's going to be frustrated on the sideline there as well, because Louis Barry had played Mayo Walter in, and he was one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And you have to say, he really should have finished that. And Redmont Rangers should be 1-0 up. Goalkeeper came for that, but the Peterborough defender got there first. Good run from Nick Zoroya. He's even clipped there by the defender. Oh, good touch from Louis Barry, and he strikes with his left foot, and it's a fantastic goal from Louis Barry. The touch was exquisite, and the finish even more so. And it's Louis Barry, the lone player from Aston Villa, who puts Redmont Rangers ahead. The touch on the turn just to take the ball away from the centre-back. One moment it was there, the next it was gone. And then the strike with his left foot across the goalkeeper. It's his weaker foot. But judging by that strike, barely weaker. And 10 minutes before half-time, we do take the lead. Kind of came from nothing, that goal, to be honest. But Louis Barry created it himself with that really good turn as the ball fell to his feet. And then a really quick strike. Took the goalkeeper by surprise, potentially. And Jesse Cartwright really needs to improve with the ball at his feet. I think we do have him on the ball playing defender play style. And if we don't, we probably are going to have to get him on that relatively quickly, because he cannot pass the ball to a Redmont Rangers player. With Barry with the ball at his feet again, he's going to try and run in beyond the Peterborough defence. But despite having completely depleted stamina, Gonzalez, the right back, manages to do enough to slow him down. Good defending from Burke Reeser, just stood his ground. And Brandon Anderson again will try and set Louis Barry off on his way, but pass is just a little off. And it's enough to give Peterborough a throw-in. Sloppy in possession these last 5 minutes or so, Redmont. We'll have to just try and see these last 5 minutes of the first half out. Josh Key has other ideas though. He plays a long ball in behind for Maya Walter to chase. And the goalkeeper just manages to collect right on the edge of his penalty area there. It was touch and go for a minute whether he was going to be able to reach the ball. Whether it was going to bounce all the way into the box. Really good from Josh Key to chase the ball down and get a cross in. And Michael Garbutt's glancing header bounces all the way across the face of the goal. I think the goalkeeper was comfortable that it was going wide, but if I was him, I would have been far less confident. Looked for a moment as if it was going to just tuck inside the far corner. But it does go wide. Peterborough will have the last attack of the first half. And it looks to be a bit of a dangerous one, or it looks to be dangerous for a moment. But wasteful in the final third again, Peterborough. Not a lot of options on here, but we don't particularly need options up the field. Keeping the ball for the last couple of minutes and waiting for the referee's whistle is fine. And it does eventually come, so a 1-0 lead for Redmont Rangers at half-time. The away fans pleased with what they've seen so far from their team. And Aston Villa will likely be pleased watching on and seeing Louis Barry get on the score sheet. It's a game where we have edged possession and passes attempted. Games in the League One haven't gone that way that often, to be honest. But we've held Peterborough to 0 shots. So a really good first half there from us. And we'll go out and try and do the same in this second half. Peterborough likely going to try and get back into the game, I would have thought. So we'll have to look for changes in shape and changes in mentality more so, I would say. And already it does look like they're going to be more aggressive trying to win the ball back. Jake Dale does really well to hold it up though. That's Jake Dale's bread and butter. Really good ball from Nick Zaroya. And the referee's given a penalty. I'm not sure what happened there, but I suppose Zaroya was clipped as he put the cross in, and he was. It was right on the edge of the penalty area, but the referee believes it was inside, and Jake Dale has a chance to double the lead. Jake Dale against the Peterborough goalkeeper from the penalty spot. It's a good strike, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. And it is 2-0 Redmont Rangers. Jake Dale celebrating in front of the Peterborough fans, who boo and jeer him. But he won't care, he's top goal scorer in the league. And he's doubled Redmont Rangers' lead to make it 2-0 here. Early on in the second half then, it was a bit of a soft penalty, you have to say, but the referee points at the penalty spot. You step up and you take a penalty kick. You don't complain. At any point if you're given a penalty. Even if it was a very soft one and one that we likely would have been disappointed to concede at the other end. And it's the Redmont Rangers fans that you can hear away in the far corner of the stadium now. The Peterborough fans all but silent. Do you find their voices again a little more now? Possibly in response to the Redmont Rangers fans. Their team are going to lose on the pitch. They at least want to win in the stands. Really composed little pass there just to retain possession. And I think that's going to be the name of the game for the last 40 minutes or so. And immediately as I say that, we give the ball away. I'm going to stop saying things like that. Every time I say, let's just retain possession, the next pass goes straight to the opposition every single time without fail. So let's try and give the ball away for the next half an hour. Maybe that's a better tactic. And now we're going to keep hold of the ball, and Peterborough aren't going to have possession for the next half an hour. Lovely ball from Brandon Anderson. Clearance just dug away from the Peterborough player. Michael Garbutt potentially could have hit it first time if it did drop to him, but good defending in the end. Same from Josh Key though, just lays it back to Nathan Baxter, who plays it back out to Josh Key. Maya Walters in some space up the line here, and he managed to take the ball down and turn the Peterborough defender inside out. He does get back and recover though. Oh, and he's nicked the ball away there, Maya Walter, and he's going to be able to run at the Peterborough defence. There's two defenders in his vicinity though. And he ends up just giving the ball away. That's really sloppy. Really, really sloppy. And I think Maya Walters... I was going to say Maya Walters is going to come off here, but Lancaster's not even particularly fit, so... Very little point in bringing him on. Let's bring Sam Ford on, though. He plays very little at the moment. And Jake Dale can come off for Daniel Jefferson. Why not? Some fresh legs up front.
2 minutes left for play in this one.
Jake Dale is top goal scorer in the league, but we've got to give Daniel Jefferson a chance to try and keep pace with him. And he's not too far behind Jefferson. Ooh, but Reese has been turned out. Good challenge though, gets back in, makes a recovery challenge. Lovely little ball from Daniel Jefferson. And if he can get in the box, Louis Barry might be able to find him. Can't win the header though. Let's pick up the ball after Brandon Anderson. Nicks it back from Peterborough though. Maya Walter again can drive at the Peterborough defence. Digs out across with his left foot, and it's not a bad one. He puts it into a dangerous area. But the Peterborough defence deal with it well. Big win in the air there from Nick Zaroya. Does mean he's flat on his back though, as Peterborough managed to come away with the ball. And he just chips it in for Louis Barry to run onto here. But he runs straight into the Peterborough defence. Could decide whether he wanted to cut it inside or try and take him on with his pace outside there. Ends up doing neither. But Sam Ford will take it quickly and Louis Barry will strike. It is blocked by the Peterborough defence though, so a fairly harmless shot in the end. He's had a good game, Louis Barry. He's been dangerous all game long really. And he has of course got the goal. He's got back and he's put shifting defensively as well. Louis Barry continues to impress. And I think there would be worse ways to spend $3 million in January than to make Louis Barry's transfer permanent. So even more money coming in with this sale of Jose De Silva now. So we're going to have, I think, about $4.5 million to spend, if memory serves, in January. So I think $3 million of that certainly should go to Louis Barry. Or to Aston Villa for Louis Barry anyway. Another 5 minutes or so, we'll make a couple more changes. Just seeing the game out now, we just need to keep fresh legs on the field more than anything. No tactical changes need to be made. No injuries at the moment. Save one substitution just in case of an injury. And Peterborough have worked a good opportunity here, but Risa manages to head away after Nathan Baxter parries. And we do manage to come away with it. That was the first real chance of the game there, though, for Peterborough. And it comes in the 75th minute, so that tells you how poor their performance has been. And Redmont do well just to clear the ball away. Been fairly toothless in attack today, Peterborough. They've had a fair amount of possession. We haven't been absolutely dominant in possession. We've just done far more with it than Peterborough. And let's bring Brandon Anderson off for Abu Adams. Let's bring Oscar Duarte on at left back as well. And then potentially we'll bring Maya Walter off at some point. But I think we'll just save this last substitution in case of an injury. Jesse Cartwright's going to have to clear. He doesn't manage to do that. Ball fell to Jesse Cartwright's feet. He just needed to put his foot through it, really. But instead he tried to control it and take it out. And Peterborough trying to make a run at things late on here. But Risa does well to win that header, though. And get the ball at least out of the Redmont Rangers box for now. Not out of danger just yet, though. And Jesse Cartwright can ensure that it does come away from danger. And Caleb Taylor instead played Peterborough in and gives away a free kick as well. So Caleb Taylor playing arguably the best, a better pass than any Peterborough players played all game. And it's another good save from Nathan Baxter. It was a short free kick just laid off and struck well by the Peterborough player. But Nathan Baxter gets down well, just to parry it away. It probably was going wide. Sam Ford was in the vicinity as well, sliding to try and block the shot. So he narrowed the angle at least. Oh, really good challenge from Abu Adams. He can't hold on to the ball though. And it's a header from the Peterborough player, but fairly tame one in the end. And Nathan Baxter collects comfortably. Couple of step overs from Louis Barry and sets Daniel Jefferson in. Sam Ford's on the edge of the box and Daniel Jefferson can't quite find him. Louis Barry tries to do the same, but again can't. Sleepy defending by Peterborough there. Just kind of got caught ball watching whilst Daniel Jefferson made the run in behind. And just about 5 minutes left in the game now, so a bit of an attempt at a comeback from Peterborough here. A bit of a push for an equaliser, but it doesn't look like it's going to come off, and it does look like we're going to run out 2-0 winners. Another clean sheet would be nice. We've got a few clean sheets in games that we've played recently. We don't tend to get clean sheets in the games that we quick sim though. That's good from Mael Walter. Just coming away with the ball and then doing enough just to hold off the Peterborough player and get the free kick. O'Hara's going to come on for Caleb Taylor just to see out these last couple of minutes. But it's going to be a Redmont Rangers victory. And Oscar Duarte looked like he was miles offside there, but Louis Barry couldn't resist one final chance at an assist. He's too creative for his own good, Louis Barry. And Peterborough can't even get out their final third here. The referee finally puts them out of their misery. And a 2-0 victory for Redmont Rangers today. Some of the Redmont fans even leaving early by the looks of it. Trying to get back on the bus and get a head start on the traffic. Another goal for Jake Dale today. I think that's 10 goals in the league now. So a really good start to the season for him. Peterborough actually end up edging possession in the end. They took so much in the second half there. But only 3 shots. Only 6 in the game for us. But we did get the goal and then we got a penalty there as well. Lincoln City beat Portsmouth. So another top of the table clash there. Portsmouth taken on Derby recently and now Lincoln City. And they come out with just a point from those 2 games. So this is what I was talking about in terms of the sustainability of Portsmouth's run at the top there. They don't concede a lot of goals, but they don't score a lot of goals. And when that's the case, yes, you can come away with results, but it's hard to come away with wins. All it takes is a goal to,
thank you for your time,
prevent you from doing that if you can't score 2 or more. So Staff have been found, but we don't have any open positions as I thought, so we can't hire them, unfortunately. So we do leapfrog Portsmouth. Although we are level on points with them, we have a much better goal difference thanks to those 30 goals that we've scored. Top goal scorers in the league by a decent margin. And we'll hope to get a few more goals in this next game against Oxford United. So let's see how we're going to line up in this one. I think it might be worth persisting with the 5 at the back, because we have been playing well using that recently. So let's bring Eli Just back into the side. And I think other than that, we'll just go with the same 11, with the exception of Diambu hitting the bench. We do need to get him back into the starting lineup before too long, though, or Everton are going to want to recall him. So a 4-2-3-1 for Oxford United. They're going to try and play tiki-taka, apparently. Not sure they're quite suited to that, but we do only manage to get a draw against them, though. We go a goal down in the first half. Louis Barry and Eli Just, the 2 wingers, get us on top in the beginning of the second half there, but we give a goal to Burling in the 87th minute, and Oxford managed to come away with a point. So not an ideal result there. We do hold on to second place though. Portsmouth seemingly managing to lose their game. 4 points for Lincoln City though is the lead. And one last game of the episode to quick sim, and that's against Bristol Rovers. I think in this game I'm going to go back to the 4-3-3 and I'm going to put Diambu in, and I will leave the side like that otherwise. Sam Ford is getting very frustrated with his lack of playtime, and I wouldn't be surprised if he put the transfer request in at some point soon. Let's finish the episode by quick simming this game against Bristol Rovers here though. We really could do with a win, and we lose 1-0. We're just, quick sim is absolutely killing us this season. We're getting very good results in the games that we're playing, and we're just not getting the same results in sim. So we drop again to 3rd place, 2 points behind Portsmouth. I feel like every game that we play we win, and I feel like every game that we sim, the best we can do is a draw. We won our game today against Peterborough. We drew and we lost. We won our game in the last episode against QPR. We drew against Forest Green Rovers. We did just about manage to beat Shrewsbury though, but they're a bad team. We should be thrashing them. In the episode before that, we beat Shrewsbury in the Cup. We lost to MK Dons. We drew with Exeter. We just can't buy a win in simulation, and that's really killing us. So, I mean, hopefully we'll look to try and rectify that in the next episode. I'm not sure how I can rectify it though. Find a formation that's good in simulation. Maybe that 5-2-3 formation is a better option, since we do tend to, I mean, we got our win playing the 5-2-3. So maybe stick with that in the quick sim games. Next episode though, we've got a game against Doncaster in the league. I think we're probably going to sim that one because we've got a game against Derby here, and we know Derby are hot on our tails in the playoffs. So down in 4th position are Derby, just a point and a place below us. So that'll be the game that we play in the next episode. Again, I've been saying it every episode recently, trying to get back to that top spot, or at the very least to an automatic promotion place. So we'll continue on with that in the next episode, and until then, take it easy.